Kamara was going to haul Saka to the floor. He was the wrong side. And then Villa just about recovered in the end, but Arsenal increasing the intensity and the pressure.
Zinchenko! Brilliantly done! What a time to score your first ever Premier League goal. And again, they respond.
Fantastic hit. What a great strike that is from a very influential player for Arsenal this season, Zinchenko. That's a big goal, that is, for this team. They're a little slow, Villa, look, getting out. It's 3v2. And in the end, by the time, I think it's Tyrone Mings goes from the 6-yard line, look, I mean, it's obvious Zinchenko's going to get that ball. Someone needs to be getting there quicker. Mings doesn't get there. I think it goes through Ollie Watkins' legs. And it has zipped past Emi Martinez into the corner of the net. Lovely goal. And it's been coming. They've been better.
Very calm under pressure. So back for Zinchenko, who has to be likewise. And going forward towards Eddie and Nketiah. Deserved that.
Yeah, it is. No, they've been good. Fullbacks have been higher up the field. Ben White's been up there standing a few crosses up. And
now Ødegaard has got Eddie and Nketiah in. He's across Konza, clipping it towards goal, but it became a difficult chance and one that he couldn't take.
Brilliant football again. The pass from Ødegaard is an absolute peach. It really is. And Eddie Nketiah decides to cut across Konza. And maybe that was the wrong decision in that. I mean, look, always I would normally suggest that's the right thing to do. But in the end, he's just gone that little too far wide. And maybe it should have been better than that. Had he have maybe gone on his left side, would Konsa have caught him? I don't know. Don't think so. But usually strikers like to get across the front of defenders, because if they get touched and go down, they get those penalties. But there, Nketiah stays on his feet. He gets that all-important first touch, but unfortunately just went too wide.
Risk in the back pass from Kamara, finding Martinez. Too much on the ball forward. Are going to be introduced to the fray very shortly. Villa looking to redress the balance of the second half in which the Gunners have been on top. Zinchenko. Trossard getting towards the bylines, in towards Saka. It's Moreno attracting. Ødegaard. And White just about able to play the return ball accurately enough.
Great feet from Ødegaard again there. He's picking up some lovely positions.
Drifted to a substitute role since then. Arsenal still to rotate the pack, although their first change is imminent, and it may well be this man who will be coming off. Martinelli is getting ready. Trossard clipping it in towards Saka. Kills it and finds White. Jorginho. Nice feet from him. Pressure applied on White by Ramsey, and then Alex Moreno barrels into Saka.
I think that's a clumsy challenge, actually, that from Moreno. He knows he's clattering into Bukayo Saka there. Quite rightly, the Arsenal man this time keeping his cool.
So midway through the second half, Arsenal will make the change. Trossard off, and Martinelli on. In the first Premier League game he hasn't started all season, he gets a quarter of the match to make an impact.
And again, now I think Mikel Arteta's sensing that his team are very much in the driving seat. So he wants to top up those energy levels at the top of the field. And Martinelli, who again hasn't played poorly, but just not been at his very best over the last few matches. Now has quarter of an hour plus whatever, 20 odd minutes, 20 plus minutes to try and make the difference.
Saka. Zinchenko. Martinelli, first contribution from him. Just taking a little nick off Cash on his way through to Martinez.
Gone, and how prominent Arsenal have been.
Villa's first corner, won by Bailey.
Good run that from Leon Bailey. First corner of the game for Aston Villa.
Again, the man charged with the delivery. Gabriel amongst those attacking it. Alex Moreno couldn't get enough on it. Zinchenko diverting it forward. Martinelli taking it neatly, running at Cash. Nketiah making a run to his left. Martinelli threading him in, but Nketiah had just stood to admire the handiwork of his teammate and hadn't continued his run.
Lucky, good fast counter that. That's exactly what Mikel Arteta wants from Gabriel Martinelli. And just that final through ball was not one of his finest for Eddie Nketiah. He was scampering along the ground, wasn't he? Nketiah trying to catch his teammate up, and had kind of got there, but the pass just let him down.
Bailey. He's found himself playing in the second striker's role more often than not since Emery came to the club. So working wide for White. Saka. White looked second favourite to get that and did so with ease. Gets a corner out of it.
He's done well, Ben White, second half. Every time he's had the chance to get forward, he's really thrown himself into that Arsenal attack with good effect.
Another corner, worked short and quick. Ødegaard. Mings with a slightly awkward header away. Zinchenko. Well, the idea was right. Saka made a really good run ahead of him. He just couldn't quite squeeze it through that forest of Villa legs. Watkins linking up with Kamara. Again sending it wide. Bailey. Waiting for Cash to arrive. Waiting for the pullback. Zinchenko was as well. Arsenal on the counter-attack, always looking potent. Ødegaard finding Saka in a game that has become really stretched. Ødegaard. Over the top for Saka. The wrong time for him. It is a goal kick.
Just got a little too fiddly there, didn't it? It looked really promising. Again, Ødegaard picking up that nice position. And Saka desperate to try and make something of it. Looks like it actually did come back off. He's not even for the best teams, it really isn't, but where it's been going for Arsenal lately, well, if they have to take a point, they have to take a point, but they'd love all three. Great touch, that.
There's Kamara who perpetrated it, finding Ramsey. Keeping possession. Now they can make headway. It's Cash with a clever change of the body shape. Might have Cross from right back, read the situation and cleared his lines. Kamara. Since the scoring hasn't stopped yet. Bailey. Travelling a long way. And Zinchenko did well, so calm and finding his goalkeeper. Barnstorming final 15 minutes still lying ahead of us.
Been a really good watch today, this game.
Still McGinn. Oh, straight to Ramsdale.
Lovely run from John McGinn. In this right-sided midfield position, which is kind of functional for the team when they don't have the ball. But when they get the ball, he's got a licence to try and get on it a bit more. In the end, the shot is actually a very tame one. But some nice work from him leading up to it.
Zinchenko. Cash having to scamper. Covered the ground quickly enough. Martinelli against Cash might be a battle that would fall the Arsenal man's way anyway, but he's only been on for 10 minutes against the tiring Cash. He's always going to be the favourite. But what damage has been done there?
Big challenge there. Such an important one because it looked like Martinelli was just going to get there.
And again, the corners work short. Saka coming onto it, really didn't get hold of it. There's always a spare Arsenal player around the edge of the penalty area for those set pieces. There's the high for the run of Zinchenko, too much on it.
They've actually used those short corners well, haven't they?
They think that they got him in a very good piece of business. He impressed in MLS, where he scored 5 goals in his last 5 games. He's still only a teenager. Villa fans have liked what they've seen so far as well. This is just his 3rd substitute appearance so far.
He's a big man, isn't he? So he's got some presence up front. You can see him chasing everybody down, which is exactly what...
Here is Girard. McGinn. It's Bailey. Couldn't find the way through. Credit Gabriel for that.
Wow, what a big tackle that was from Gabriel. Fancied Leon Bailey there. He had the big man set up and was taking him on in the box. You think he's going to curl it, but he decides to chop back on the right foot, and it just gives the centre-half a chance, who makes a massive challenge. Really important one.
Arsenal dominated the second period. 13 attempts to 1, but only 1 on target for each team.
Yeah. And that ratio for Arsenal just needed to be that bit. But I mean, Odegaard should at least hit the target with that chance, should score. But to be wide of the target from there was poor.
Saka was going to be somewhere different to where he was. There's Girard. Mixed it up one as well. Oh, what a take that is from Bailey. Kamara with a crossfield ball. And now Bailey running at the Arsenal back line. Oh, brilliant save. Stunning stop from Ramsdale. Tipping it onto the bar to keep parity intact for Arsenal.
Brilliant football all round. What a shot and some save.
Now Saka. Arsenal's turn now to try and score what might be the decisive odd goal in 5. Clipped in by Odegaard, and it could well have been. Gabriel winning it, but not able to keep it down.
Just too much on it. I mean, just let that glance off your head. He kind of throws him, almost like turns round. I mean, that is such a massive chance. That is a brilliant ball in. He ends up kind of, it's almost like he's trying to clear it. He's only got to let that just glance off his head, and that's in.
Well, Martin. You know, Andy, over the course of a Premier League season, you've seen nearly 60 hours of action. But you get periods within those 60 hours, like the next 6 minutes here, that you sense at the time could be absolutely pivotal in the whole picture.
That's very true.
Erdegaard, Saka letting it run. Eddie Nketiah, whoever Vieira was, gets a corner. Deep from Saka. Gabriel again the target. Bailey will bring it down and bring it away. Not too far away, thanks to the industry of Nketiah. Hoping the outrageous backheel volley would take a deflection off an Arsenal man and give Villa a throw. It wasn't how it transpired. Zinchenko with the restart for Vieira. Saliba. Tomiyasu. Jorginho getting it through. Bukayo Saka. That might have been his moment.
What a brilliant ball from Jorginho to find him. Great turn from Bukayo Saka. I wondered if there was going to be a tiny bit of contact that might send him tumbling to the floor. I think he's onside there. It's close. Desperate to get the shot away. Lucadina it was that was literally breathing down his neck. Just couldn't get it out of his feet to get the real power.
First Colombian marksman to lead the line for Aston Villa. Juan Pablo Angel did so to such good effect back in the noughties. Joel ends up replicating his goal tally for Villa. He'll have done well. Zinchenko. Jorginho. Most of the play concentrated in this half of the field now. So there'll be overwhelming majority of shots. Status quo maintained in terms of the most important statistic, 2 apiece. And a wonderful game. In from Erdegaard. Martinez coming out of play. There was a collision, I think, with Cash.
Yeah, good take though. No real contact there. I think Manchester City are going to win later. You never know, of course, but you would think so. But I think the manner of the performance today will have pleased Mikel Arteta. After a really poor start they had, conceding early on, themselves back in it, and then a second goal against them, but they kept plugging away, and you know, they've created situations and chances and kept going.
He was fouled. Arsenal were in a hurry to get on with things to the extent. Poker face on the Arsenal manager, who certainly know what he's thinking at any given moment. He's not kicking every ball.
Well, he certainly does. He oversteps the mark a bit at times, Arteta, but it's important that he doesn't show his frustrations too much. I think his players want to see him applauding and, yes, urging them and encouraging them, and not bickering with fourth officials and complaining about every little decision that goes against them. I think that shows pressure, shows that he's getting rattled a little bit. They don't want to see it. Players don't want to see that.
Well, the players don't want to see that. They will want to see that from the fourth official. 6 additional minutes. Brandished by John Brooks. Here's Vieira, Zinchenko. With the ball over the top, Martinelli is going to get there. Another corner conceded by McGinn. Felt Martinelli was offside. Flag stayed down.
Yeah, clip ball over the top from Vieira. Another short corner coming up.
Here's Erdegaard. Zinchenko getting himself back onside to receive the pass. Squeeze it away, and now the counter-attack is on. John Duran going alone. Ramsdale with the save. Villa come again with Bailey. Saliba able to prevent the corner. They've had their chances to win this.
Great run from Duran, wasn't it? Leon Bailey was there and he knew he was there, but he decided in the end, I'm going to keep going. That gap's big enough for me to travel into. It's a nice strike.
Digne firing it in. Brought down by McGinn. Gino getting it away. Saka helping it forward. Getting Nketiah something to chase. Tyrone Mings there first. 2 of the 6 additional minutes played. Set for one of the most dramatic late winners of the season, but can either side find it? Erdegaard. It's laced with implications if it comes at either end. Erdegaard again. Zinchenko. Martinelli into that crowded penalty area, setting up Jorginho! 2 goals here last season, an immense goal here this. Comeback complete. An immense display of Gunners' mettle in a thriller at the Villa. What a goal, what a moment, what a season Arsenal are having. And that goal puts it back on track.
Incredible. What a game we've had here today. It's been brilliant. And what a finish. You teed it up perfectly, Jim. You said we could be in for something dramatic. It doesn't get any better than that. And I mentioned about Odegaard being the right player. Well, this time, Jorginho, he's not the one I saw getting this all-important dramatic goal. How about that for a strike? It's always going away from Emi Martinez. And it rattles off the crossbar and then hits the goalie and ends up in the back of the net. Look at that. Incredible, incredible stuff, honestly. Astonishing, but a brilliant hit. And you know what? Fair play to the Arsenal today. Not been plain sailing for them, not at all, but today they've kept going, kept going. 2 players in an offside position, but they don't matter. And cue the huge celebrations, and this time I don't blame Mikel Arteta one bit for flying up and down that touchline in that technical area. What a goal.
And it will go down as an own goal from Emi Martinez, the former Arsenal keeper, the former Arsenal manager. Left in despair, Arteta elated. They've got about 3 minutes of action to hold on to the lead. Their first lead of the day, and they're making changes to protect it, with Holding and Tierney coming on. What a game this has been. And it's not over yet.
Well, you know, you want to win this league. You've got to have guts and you've got to have courage, and you've got to be able to handle the bumps that come along the way and bounce back. And Arsenal could not have responded in better fashion today after what happened midweek.
David brought Zinchenko's first goal. Stoppage time. Digne with the corner. Counter-attack is on. No goalkeeper here. Fabio Vieira bringing it forward. He should be routine this for Martinelli. Almost celebrating before he taps it over the line. A 4-2 victory for Arsenal that doesn't begin to tell the story of an afternoon of immense drama. An afternoon of massive implications in the title race. This, a game in which Arsenal were twice behind, and who knows what psychological effect another defeat might have had. But look at the celebrations from those Arsenal supporters. 2-1 down with half an hour to go, and they're going to win it 4-2.
Yeah, brilliant play. Made first contact on that header to release Fabio Vieira, who plays the most sublime, beautiful pass for Gabriel Martinelli, just to roll it into that unguarded net. That's a chance you take when your goalkeeper comes up with what he thought was the last kick of the game. Well, it wasn't, because this is pretty much the last kick of the game. Arsenal rattling 4 goals in what's been an amazing game here at Villa Park. It really has. The home team haven't played poorly, but the away team just wanted it more, refused to give it up, and have got 3 massive points.
The second successive home game at Villa Park in which Villa will have scored first and end up losing it 4-2.